kind of boring.
Yeah.
But
The combat was always the weakest in all other, at least in the old Prince of Persia games. I always felt the combat was the weakest part because it was really just sort of the only way to really win was just vault over your enemies and hit them in the air and just keep doing that over and over again until they're dead.
Yeah.
And, I'm hoping they kind of got rid of that and like changed things around and made it a little more dazzling because that did get kind of old.
Right.
So we'll see.
We will see.
There's also a new Riddick game coming out, new Chronicles of Riddick.
That's cool.
I know, I never played the other one. But it looked cool.
It got pretty decent reviews for a video game, for a game based on a movie.
Yeah.
Which is
what was it called? It's like Escape from Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from what was it called?
Well, yeah, I don't remember, but I do know that it was kind of set up like the Matrix game, where it tied in with the movies. Like
yeah,
it kind of bridged two movies, which I love that. I love when they do that.
Escape from Butcher Bay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to play Prince of Persia, and I've been saying like Mirror's Edge looks like a first-person Prince of Persia. Like, yeah. I think I said that. I saw IGN also said that. I'm like, oh, sweet. But I hear the worst part of that game is the combat.
Yeah, no, that's what I heard too, and I also heard it's very short and there's no replay value.
Right, which is too bad because it had so much potential. Really cool.
It all went down the tube.
It went all the way down the tube. I guess going back to the Dark Knight, not to change the picture quite totally, I'm looking at IGN right now, and they gave the Dark Knight DVD review a 6.0 out of 10.
Oh.
And that is because... Yeah. Well, it's basically... It was kind of like the Batman Begins DVD, the single DVD. I'm sure you could have gotten the collector's edition.
Yeah.
A lot more. But this...
It's just the movie, right?
Yeah, it's just the movie. There's no extras or anything like that.
That does kind of suck.
Yeah, you'd think that they would throw in like at least a commentary or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
zeros. What the flunk?
What the flunk? Exactly.
Flunk.
So. Yeah, but I'm sorry. Back to Prince of Persia. I love the art style in this new game. Yes. It looks very.
They really nailed the cell shading, which I'm happy to see because I like that. I really want people to. I really want to see somebody really using cell shading to its full potential, and this game looks like they are.
Absolutely.
Which I'm happy about.
I love the art direction in the game. And people need to realize that not all games have to have photorealistic. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
For it to look pretty.
The only thing I hear bad about it is that it's incredibly easy.
Yeah, you can't die pretty much.
Well, I'm not so. I mean, apparently it's like you do die. They just mask it up by you being saved, and it's basically you just keep reloading at the last checkpoint. But they like just mask you dying and reloading it with like a QuickTime movie of you being saved by your partner. So it is. I mean, I guess that's not so much a complaint because it's just sort of like, oh well, you are dying. They just made it look different, which I'm fine with. But I do hear the game is basically incredibly easy as it goes. There's not really much of a challenge, but they say it's worth it because it is kind of fun to do all the acrobatics and stuff like that. But it's not. There's nothing particularly difficult about the game.
Yeah, another game that did that is a first-person shooter for the PC. It's called Prey. It came out, I want to say, back in 2006.
Prey had some difficult parts.
What's that?
Prey had some difficult parts.
Yeah, but the thing is that no, I mean you can't die. There's no.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't really like. Well, I did kind of like it, and I didn't like it. I don't know. I'm torn about it.
It's because in that game, when you quote unquote die, you go into like this, I guess you could say, netherworld limbo area where you shot down these flying creatures, and and either they were red or blue. I think the blue brought up your magic, while the red brought up your health or whatever. And after maybe 15 seconds of doing that, they would bring you back to life at the same place that you died.
Yeah.
Like I said, there was really no consequences in that game either. And I don't know, I don't mind that.
I'm torn about it Because while it is one thing, like dying and having to restart from a checkpoint, 2 feet back isn't necessarily gonna, I don't know. I mean, it shouldn't really give me any more incentive to play the game, but it does. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about dying, because I do feel like you need to have some sort of negative consequence to losing, or else, like, what's the point? This is a whole, like, kind of, like, punishment and reward system, I guess, Mm-hmm. I'm not sure. I'm torn about it.
It seems like there's a lot of games these days. I mean, the video games nowadays are so easy compared to the 8-bit era, the 16-bit era.
Back when it was just text games. Those are really hard.
Yeah, really. There was no cinematics or anything like that.
Back when it was board games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Really
there was a loser. Yeah.
A loser. It was. Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. But it just seems today, excuse me. They just seem, pretty simple to just go through and beat. You don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
There's no consequences, especially.
Yeah.
My buddy playing, I think it's World of Warcraft, said that, and this is all through third-party hearing, I guess you could say. Said that the consequences in that game isn't too bad either. I think you lose a couple things, but really death doesn't. The only drawback is that you have to find your body. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So
when did the Xbox first come out? Was it 2006?
360.
God.
Yeah, 360 came out like 6 months before the PS3 and the Wii.
It's been so long.
What's that?
I can't believe it's been 2 years already. It doesn't feel like 2 years.
Yeah, actually, IGN has a little article about the Wii 2 years later. It says what's different, what's not. And really, nothing different is.
Yeah, everything is exactly the same.
Yeah, pretty much. Except the only difference they said is that the little Wii Sports logo on the box isn't a sticker anymore. It's actually printed on it. But yeah, I mean, look at the PS3, look at the 360. How many different SKUs came out in the meantime in 2 years? Basically to combat with the Wii, combat with each other. Try to just sell more. If we put out this 40 gig, it's going to be cheaper, so people will more likely buy it. But we're going to cut out.
I got the 60 gig.
Yeah, things like that. But like, I know for the PlayStation 3, the 40 gig won't play any PS2 games, I don't believe.
For the 60 gig?
For the 40 gig.
It won't play?
It won't play any PlayStation 2 games, no.
Why not?
I don't know. I think that's just one of the drawbacks, I guess, of owning it. I know, like...
What's the logic behind it?
What's the logic?
Yeah.
I would say, you're going to pay less for the system, but we're going to cut this out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the main goal, because they probably want maybe it cuts manufacturing costs. I don't know. I wouldn't think so, because isn't it just a Dido that they're replacing?
I don't know enough about it. It seems weird.
But for like the 360, the arcade version doesn't have wireless controllers. Is that correct?
Yeah, it comes with the wired.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, using a wireless controller for the first time is really weird.
Yeah, I thought the same thing with not necessarily the Wii, because it feels like a remote.
Mm-hmm.
So that didn't really change anything. But playing the 360 with a wireless, playing the PlayStation with wireless, did feel weird, because you're across the room, and I'm like, wow, this is strange. And I didn't like it on, like, the N64, I think, had a wireless controller.
Yeah.
I never played with the GameCube one, but back in those games, those controllers weren't that reliable, I don't think, the wireless ones, because the ones that I played anyways, that you play for maybe a couple hours and then you were done.
Yeah.
These batteries last for hours and hours and hours, the new ones anyways.
Well, on my thing, I didn't get the rechargeable batteries. I just got the AA's. So I have to buy the rechargeable battery thing.
Yeah, I was